big topic that I wanted to discuss today is bacon and cancer. You might have seen in social media recently everything about processed meats causing cancer. You shouldn't eat bacon, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of been everywhere all over the place. So I'd like to kind of summarize this topic that might help you kind of make sense of all that, because there's tons of conflicting information out there. You have vegans that are saying that all meat is the devil and it'll cause diabetes and it'll give you cancer and it's as bad as smoking and it's as, the worst thing possible. Then you kind of have other people that are on the opposite end of the spectrum that are saying eat as much bacon as you like, it has no negative health impacts. And as is usually the case, the answer is somewhere in the middle. The extremes are usually called the extremes for a reason. So the facts here are being a little bit distorted in the name of being sensationalist journalism. I'm not going to really dive into the specifics of the study. If you want that type of information, let me know and I can give you some of the sources I'm looking at. But the two main takeaways are that processed meat is now a group 1 carcinogen to humans, and it's based on evidence that the consumption of processed meat increases your chance of getting colon cancer. And 2, that red meat might be a group 2 carcinogen depending on how you cook it. So let's tackle the red meat in general first. The data from these studies isn't incredibly clear, which is why I said it might be a carcinogen, and that's why it's listed as group 2 rather than group 1. So the cooking method at which you're cooking the meat is likely an important factor. It's speculated that cooking over coals, like charcoal or wood, and then letting the meat get charred, meaning black pieces on the meat, that's going to increase your risk more than anything else, if there is a risk. Basically, you could summarize it as pick different cooking methods. Don't always go for well-done steaks. If you know me, you'll realize that I would ask you to never go for a well-done steak because I think that's horrible, but that's neither here nor there. That's basically all you need to know about that particular issue. Red meat in moderation is likely fine. I can't specifically tell you eat all red meat. Should probably pick leaner protein sources and try to get more fiber in your diet more than prioritizing meat, or red meat specifically. There's way better ways to get protein than red meat, I think. Ironically, I had a little bit of red meat. It was like 3 ounces with dinner tonight, but I didn't cook it on the grill. I just kind of cooked it up on the stove. So, all right. So on to the bacon and processed meats issue. So processed meats means hot dogs, sausages, corned beef, beef jerky, and bacon, and any other meat that is salted, smoked, or cured. Usually these items will have nitrates on their list in the ingredients. You can buy nitrate-free bacon that's not preserved, which is a whole other issue essentially. But so the summary is eating these foods occasionally won't guarantee you to get cancer. But if you eat them every day in amounts around 50 grams, which is like 2 slices of bacon, these effects can pile up, and they do have an effect on your chance of getting colon cancer. So based on what the analysis of multiple studies show, the risk of getting colon cancer is increased 18%. But don't panic, that 18% isn't going from 0 to almost a 20% chance of getting colon cancer. It's 18% above your base chance. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, that all things being equal, including genetics, all humans have a 5% chance of getting colon cancer, regardless of any other factors. If you ate 50 grams of bacon every single day for the rest of your life, your chance goes up 18%, which is roughly now up 1%. So you go from 5% to 6%. So for me, I don't want to get cancer. I want to live forever or die trying. I don't eat processed meat every day. I don't eat lunch meat myself. I'm not saying you should not eat it, but I kind of view it as a treat. I don't eat bacon every day. I maybe have bacon once or twice a month, if that. I love the taste, but it's not a dietary staple for me, and neither are any processed meats like that. I do avoid them. This information and evidence has kind of been out there for a while, but like I said, it's not like it's going to instantly give you cancer or even guarantee that you're going to get cancer if you eat processed meats. It's really just kind of picking and choosing the effects that will pile up over time. And even then, you could potentially you could smoke cigarettes and eat bacon every single day to your 200 or 102 years old, and you'd never get cancer. It just doesn't work that way. Your genetics are a large factor in that, as well as all your lifestyle choices. So one thing that I see other people glossing over as they're discussing this is that the other group 1 carcinogens. Group 1 means that these are going to affect your percentage chance of possibly getting cancer. So the other group 1 carcinogens are much bigger of an impact. Their chances increase well beyond 18%. So the 3 big things on that list, other than processed meats, are tobacco usage, sunlight, and alcohol. So if you smoke cigarettes or chew tobacco, over the base chance, you're increasing your chances of getting some type of cancer 2,500%. compared to 18% for bacon. So, obviously smoking is not good for you. So even if you ate bacon every day and increased your chances of getting colon cancer slightly, smoking, not wearing sunscreen, and drinking alcohol are going to have a much bigger impact on your chances of getting some form of cancer. So really, it's kind of like balancing the risks you're willing to take for your lifestyle. So if you smoke, if you drink alcohol, and you don't wear sunscreen year round, but you're scared over processed meats and bacon of getting cancer, you're prioritizing the wrong things. If you want to minimize your chance of getting any type of cancer, it wouldn't be a bad idea to stop smoking or using tobacco immediately, to limit the number of alcoholic beverages you drink, to cut down on processed meats, and make sure you always wear sunscreen year round. That's kind of like hedging your bets. You're going to do all the things to avoid cancer. Even then, it's not guaranteed, meaning you could cut out bacon, you could never drink again, you could never smoke, and you could cover yourself head to toe in sunscreen year round and still get cancer. It's not guaranteed. It doesn't work that way. So just to give you some numbers, so there are roughly 34,000 deaths per year worldwide attributed to diets that are high in processed meat. Now, one thing I want to point out here is that people that tend to have diets high in processed meat are overweight and they don't exercise. And the rest of their diet doesn't include any vegetables. So all of these things are factors. And they are factors in other incidences of cancer too. So just to point that out. For even some more perspective, 30 to 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical exercise daily can reduce colon cancer risk by 30 to 40%, according to the National Cancer Institute. So if you exercise 30 minutes a day vigorously, the reduction in chance of colon cancer is greater than the gain in chance of getting colon cancer from eating 2 slices of bacon a day. So that's kind of one way to look at it. Also, you can lower your risk of getting colon cancer by exercising, losing weight, drinking less alcohol, and eating more fiber from whole grains and vegetables. And you should probably get regular screenings past a certain age. A vegetarian diet is shown to reduce the risk by 22%. Now, that's not really a specific indicator of everyone should go vegetarian to reduce their risk by 22%. There are plenty of unhealthy vegetarians that get cancer. But a pescatarian diet, which is one that includes fish, can reduce the risk by 43%, and that's likely having something to do with the omega-3 fatty acids and fatty fish like salmon. So there are 1 million cancer deaths per year due to tobacco use. There are 600,000 cancer deaths per year due to alcohol consumption. And there are 200,000 cancer deaths per year due to air pollution. So all of these are bigger, way, way, way bigger factors than diets high in processed meat. So I think that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to discuss about the topic. You're probably going to see it, at least for another week, people squabbling back and forth over it. I'd be happy to continue the conversation if you like. I have some other sources, and I'd be happy to answer any other questions about that topic. So let me just see if there are any other questions being asked. I don't see any, but there is a quote that I wanted to leave you with a quote, and it's from one of the cancer researchers that was part of this study. And he said, that our organization does hazard identification, not risk assessment. That sounds quite technical, but what it means is that our group is not in the business of telling you how potent something is in causing cancer, only whether it does or does not. To take an analogy, think of banana skins. If you slip on a banana peel, it will cause an accident. But in practice, this doesn't happen very often unless you work in a banana factory. The sort of harm you come to from slipping on a banana peel is not generally severe as being in a car accident. But under a hazard identification system like ours, banana skins and cars would be in the same category. They both definitely do cause accidents. So that's kind of why processed meats, smoking, alcohol, and sunlight are all grouped in the same category. They definitely do cause cancer in some form or another. It's just the absolute or relative chance of that happening is not considered when they're placed in a certain category. All right. I think that covers everything. Everyone have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.